Thanks for joining us here on a Tuesday. I'm Marlin Bohling with you as we watch your ag commodity market. Wanted to check in and see what things are doing on the Mid-Atlantic coastal region here. Let's check in with Ben Hushon of the Mill in Whitehall, Maryland. And go check with Ben right now. Thank you, Ben, for joining us here to start out a short trading week here. How are conditions around there? Have you been getting in on this rain lately?
Good morning, Marlin. Yes, as Tim mentioned, there's been plenty of moisture. Last Tuesday and Wednesday when we talked, or last Tuesday, was one of only 2 days that we saw sunshine. Rain moved in Wednesday night, hard all day Thursday, let up Friday, drizzle Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and also today. It's about 80 or 85% of the corn is planted, and there's absolutely nothing moving at all. Marlin, it's interesting when you look at corn. We've only had 2 days that I could find in the month of May that we reached 80 degrees. So not only wet, damp, but also cool.
All right, you were talking before the break here, before we came back on the air, that your farmers are having some unusual problems with a pest out there, something that a lot of farmers in the U.S. may not be aware of. Explain that. Yes,
Marlin, slugs. They love damp and they love clouds, and as I just described, that's exactly what we're dealing with. We have slugs in most all the no-till fields, but you generally don't run into problems unless you run into extended periods of wet where the corn can't outgrow it. Took some pictures Saturday morning where, and one of the options, there's a couple options, 3 or 4 options, would be products like Deadline bait bullets, Sluggo bullets, but you're looking at $45, $50 an acre, and you're just not sure. We don't have thousands of acres of experience. You know, people are asking us questions because we only run into this in the corn market, soybean market, once every couple of years. It's not, or once every 10 years. It's not something we have lots and lots of experience with.
Now, that's probably something you only see when it is real wet conditions out there for an extended time, I would guess.
Right. If we could just get 3-4 days of sunshine in a row, corn, number one, would outgrow the injury, and number two, the slugs would dry up and not be able to survive. And this particular grower went out in the middle of the night, about 3 a.m., and put 10 gallons of liquid nitrogen and a couple gallons of water on, and didn't burn the corn, but the hope was the salts from the liquid nitrogen would burn, and there it is. You can't probably see it on the TV or on the pictures, but there were some dead slugs shriveled up on the pictures Saturday morning.
Interesting. Now, you were saying that there's kind of a joint effort underway between several ag companies to help out a particular farmer.
Well, one of the things that has changed, I think, dramatically in the last 4 or 5 years with all the technology and all the changes is interesting to see some farmers kind of realizing they can't be the expert of everything. One of the things, we have some growers in our area that have become planners. And the picture or video we sent in, that's a good example of collaboration. It's a mycogen agronomist and field rep, Atlantic Tractor, which is our local John Deere dealer, the mechanic who put that corn planter together, and of course our own agronomist, and all working together, trying to, through the winter, and also right down to getting that planter started a couple weeks ago out in West Virginia. It's become way too complicated to think that we can do it all on our own. So not to be afraid to bring in, other business partners into your organization for advice.
Definitely a team effort nowadays with all the high technology that farmers have access to. Ben, thanks for visiting. I appreciate all the information. Good to visit with you again. We'll talk with you again soon, next week, I hope, and get an update at that time. Ben Hushon is with the Mill. He's based in Whitehall, Maryland. We'll come back and I'll run down all your ag commodity trade for you right after this message.